One. Kojo Raps on TV. I'm here with their famous, I'll say Kiwi coach of Mr. Joseph Parker. I'm here with Kevin Parry. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing spectacular, actually.
Good, good. We're here for Fight Week, another heavyweight, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Just tell me your thoughts on this fight leading up to Fight Week.
A huge fight, and this is great for the boxing world and great for the heavyweight division. Mm-hmm. I was at the Lennox Lewis Mike Tyson fight 18 years ago, and that was at the time, the biggest heavyweight fight. I think it did 1.9 million buys on pay-per-view. I don't think this fight's going to do 1.9 million, but it's creating a big buzz. The press room is full. There's a lot of overseas fans here in town. There is chanting in the hallways. Everyone knows this fight is taking place, and it's exciting. It's exciting to be a boxing fan, and it's very exciting to be a trainer of one of the top heavyweights in the world.
Before we come on to that, would you say it's starting to feel a bit like a super fight with, like you said, the fans that are outside, the international press?
Look, it has all the ingredients of a super fight, and all we need now is a fight similar to the first fight that they had in the Staples Center, and the fans will go away, very, very happy. Personally, I think both camps will make some serious adjustments from that first fight. The quality of the first fight already hyped up the second fight, so there wasn't a lot of work to be done in hyping up bout two. Tyson Fury's obviously the best boxer that Deontay Wilder's ever fought against, and Deontay Wilder is by far the heaviest, most powerful puncher that Tyson Fury's ever been in the ring with. So both guys have had a good long opportunity to have a good look at each other. I thought that Tyson in the first fight fought out of his skin. It was a tremendous boxing display. Do I think he can do it again? I'm not sure. I really aren't. I think we may have seen the best of Tyson in that fight. But I expect the person who can actually improve the most and had the room to improve the most was Deontay Wilder. He was very wide in the first fight. He was very reckless. He was over-emotional. He was hanging on to his jab instead of using his jab to set up and disguise his right hand. He was swinging this hand out here trying to lead with it, which he couldn't hit me with it like that. So he was never going to hit Fury with it. I think that they've had a good long time to put a good game plan in place. I think and expect that we'll see Deontay Wilder a lot busier in this fight. He will use his jab, especially the jab to the chest. He'll try and disguise the right hand. He'll throw punches when Fury throws punches instead of going into a defensive pattern like he did in fight one. And if he does that, I think it'll be the difference in fight two.
I mean, that's a great breakdown. And obviously, I've listened to a lot of your videos, and I see that you're more than a student of the game. I just want to take you back to the first fight, though. Before I ask how you scored the fight, Jack Reese, who was the referee for the BT Sport documentary, he said that he had Wilder winning the first 4 rounds. In your opinion, would that be false or correct?
Look, I couldn't see him winning the first 4 rounds, but I tell you what, I think out of shock, a lot of people were surprised with the way Fury started that fight. I think there were a lot of people that thought the first fight, Fury and Wilder, was going to be over in a couple of rounds. Looking at Tyson's build-up in the 2 fights prior to that, and what Deontay Wilder was doing at the time, and I think even Deontay Wilder in his mind did not respect Tyson Fury enough, and may have been a little arrogant, and he was trying too hard to kill him with one punch. So I think that now the dust is settled, both guys have had an opportunity to study each other's game plans. And look, another factor I think is going to be very, very big in this fight is the boxing intelligence of both the corner teams. Now, I know that Mark Brill and JD's are boxing guys. They've been around for a long time. They know that there were lead patterns, there were options that Deontay did in the first fight that definitely didn't work. So they need to make these adjustments. They need to make these changes. He needs to be better in the second fight. And if he's not, the result could be the same. And then you look at Tyson Fury's camp. Well, Tyson has gone and brought a new coach on board because he wants to learn to punch harder. It's got me shaking my head.
I mean, I was going to ask that question, and I'll come back to JDS and Breland, but with Fury bringing in a new coach, you're a coach, loyal to Joseph Parker, if somebody asked you to come into camp for probably the biggest fight of their career with a short space of time, how would you approach that type of opportunity, and what would you be saying to Fury to make sure that he employs any tactics or instructions that you advise of him?
Well, obviously, if you were a coach coming into something like a fight 2 of this magnitude, you'd need to have something to make him better than fight 1. Now, I thought fight 1, Fury was fantastic. No one expected him to go out there and to lay Deontay Wilder out. Everyone knew that Tyson Fury, right throughout his career, had been a tremendous boxer, a boxer with phenomenal hand speed, a fighter with a great wingspan, a fighter that can fight left-handed and right-handed, a fighter whose flexibility and his herky-jerky style is difficult for any other fighter in the world. Why would you try and change that? That is what makes Tyson Fury the fighter that he is. That's what took him all the way to the top of the division. That's what took him there to beat the great Vladimir Klitschko. That's what took him there against all odds to draw with Deontay Wilder. Why would you be trying to change it? Why would you come out and say, well, I've brought Sugar Hill on board because I need to learn to punch harder? Doesn't work for me. I can't see the logic of it.
Yeah, so it could be a bit of mind games just to add to that elite level and have him thinking, because like you said, it just doesn't make sense and everybody's questioning it. However, though, I do want to talk about Wilder's defence. And in the first fight, Fury, you could argue, did expose it, was able to land the 1-2s, but then backed off. Do you think, looking at that, if he's able to apply the pressure more consistently, he will get the result he wants?
Look, obviously, if he can land more punches, it's definitely going to wear Wilder down. But I honestly expect Wilder to throw a lot more punches in this fight. I go right back to the first fight when he won the title against Bermane Stiverne, and I sat there and I was ringside for that fight, and he threw a lot of punches. His jab was like a piston. Stiverne was completely counted out. Practically lost every single round. And he did that because Wilder just kept popping him with the jab, the 1-2 from the distance. Now, if he does that, it's going to be a very, very difficult night for Tyson Fury. I think we saw the first fight. He waited and waited and waited. He cannot afford to wait. We need to see a busier Deontay Wilder. We need to see a Deontay Wilder that throws punches when Tyson Fury throws punches, because when you're throwing punches at the opponent in front of you, that is the best time for you to hit your opponent, because the hands are coming off your face. So that's when the timing and the power comes into it.
And I agree with totally what you're saying. I do want to talk about your fighter. Obviously, you're here not just for this fight. You're here to talk about Joseph Parker and his fight coming up. No way.
One more thing that I think is going to be a really big factor, and a few people are talking about it, but probably not as much as they should be. It's a very smart move having Stitched around on board working cuts for Tyson. For the life of me, I honestly can't see that cut staying closed. That was a horrendous cut, the one over the eye. The one on the eyelid was a bad cut as well. Okay, and it's very, very hard to secure and repair a cut on an eyelid. Now, I could not believe that Tyson and his team didn't say, give us another 3 months. Let the healing really set in. Personally, I think it really could be one of the key points of the fight, whether or not that cut gets open early in the fight.
Yeah, that's very interesting actually, because the rumours were that he wasn't doing as many headshot sparring in camp. So you are right, that's something that a lot of people are not speaking about and they're half forgetting. But thank you very much for that. But I do want to again speak about Parker. He's going to be out very soon. Just talk to us about how camp's been and what you're looking for forward with Parker in 2020.
Well, we're fighting on the 29th of February in Frisco. On the Garcia Vargas undercard. We're fighting Shondell Winters, a fighter whose record's 13-2. Not a huge record. He's beaten 2 undefeated 16-0 fighters back-to-back, which gets my attention and my respect. He is the NABA heavyweight champion. He's a little old, but But at number 14 in the world with the WBA, and the fact that Joseph Parker has had 2 fights in the last 19 months, this is the perfect opponent for us to start 2020. We had a terrible 2019, only fighting once. So this year it's important that we get the year off in an explosive fashion. I need Joe to be powerful. I need him to be dominant. I need him to look very exciting in this fight. We've had a solid training camp, sparred 125 rounds, which is a lot of rounds, and I've had some very, very good sparring in camp for Joe. He looks well. He looks healthy. But the pressure is all on us to perform. It's not on Shaundell Winters. We need to look great in this fight so that we can put our hand up afterward and say, Eddie, we just did this. We won a big fight in the summer.
And that was going to be my question, actually. You must be chomping at the bit to get that big fight, knowing that obviously the Ruiz victory you had obviously those years back, and just how competitive the division is. Can I ask though, would you take the winner of this fight this weekend if the opportunity arose?
Oh, look, who wouldn't? Any top 10 fighter and any top 10 trainer of that fighter and team would be more than happy to step into the ring with the winner of this fight. That's that's a gift. Okay. Be a hell of a fight. But at the moment, you've got 3 names. Who are sitting above everyone else in the division, and then you've got a whole bunch of guys, from Dillian White to Chisora to Oscar Rivas to Povetkin to Andy Ruiz. Pulev will be out of the picture after this next fight. But so there's 6 to 8 really good fighters who are all vying to be the one to step up and challenge those 3.
Exciting time.
It's a really exciting time to be training one of the top heavyweights in the world, and it's an exciting time to be a heavyweight.
No, definitely. Listen, Kevin, thank you very much for your time. You've given me great content, great information. Enjoyed speaking with you because you got all that information. And all the best for camp next weekend.
Thanks very
Cheers.
much.
Thank you for the fight.
Appreciate
Take care.
it.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Kojo signing out.